Kamalika, who are with us on the show. Akash, a very difficult and a risky terrain, as the experts are pointing out. What exactly happened? Only after a proper inquiry we would know. But take us through the statement, if any, that has been released by the army. All right, we'll try and connect with Akash and get more details on that story. Let me quickly check if Kamalika is with us on the broadcast. Kamalika, tell us more about North Sikkim and how difficult this terrain really is.
Yeah, North Sikkim is, as the General was also pointing at, it's a very difficult terrain there. And I myself have been in North Sikkim, in Gurudongmar and such places. Specifically, the Zema, the turns are very sharp. The chances of this, skidding is always there. So, and this is the time like winter time. Winter time and monsoon time are the most dangerous time in these areas. And specifically, this incident is a very tragic incident, though obviously inquiry will take place. But this terrain is always, is always in high alert, because that the cuts are very sharp, the turns are very sharp, and there is always a chance of skidding it. So very unfortunate, and we see that 13 soldiers have succumbed and 3 junior commissioned officers were there. We hope that the 4 injured soldiers who have been evacuated, their lives are saved. That we hope. But this 16 soldiers dying at one go in such an accident in such a terrain, and now activities are more in this part of this part of the Eastern Command, with obviously what has happened with the China. Eyeing on China, more infrastructural development, more activity, more movements are there. That's very normal. Okay. But the way this incident has happened and the place where this incident happened, this is very unfortunate, and this is a very tragic incident.
Akash is also back with us on the broadcast. Akash, what more do we know? Is there a statement that has come out from the Indian Army?
Yes, so Indian Army has confirmed the particular accident first, and secondly, talking about the number. So number has been confirmed. As Kamalika was mentioning about the terrain, so it's a difficult terrain, and it's close to the border area. And as far as the particular accident is concerned, so we have lost 16 lives, and this is for a fact now. But as of now, everyone is praying for those 4 soldiers. Also, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has tweeted about the particular incident, and also as far as Indian Army is concerned. So Indian Army is somewhere talking about the rescue operation that was launched soon after that particular incident. And, you see, the movement was a regular movement, and the particular truck that skidded from the particular road was a part of, a convoy. Yes, we have lost these 16 lives, and, this is for a fact now, but everyone is praying for those 4 soldiers, as I mentioned. And Anusha, you see, talking about Indian Army, so we know the, kind of terrain or the kind of movement they are involved in whenever it is about border areas, and specifically Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, and all other areas. So as of now, everyone is praying for those 4 soldiers, and, Indian Army has confirmed the number. But everyone, again, is praying for those 4 soldiers now.
The Raksha Mantri has put out a tweet that you can also see on the screens right now. Deeply pained by the loss of the lives of Indian Army personnel due to road accident in North Sikkim. The nation is deeply grateful for their service and commitment. My condolences to the bereaved family. Praying for the speedy recovery of those who are injured and are presently receiving treatment. That's the word coming in from the Raksha Mantri. Kamalika is also with us on the broadcast. Kamalika, this was a routine movement. Is that's what we know so far? The circumstances in which this accident really happened would only be known for certain after a proper inquiry. But any preliminary details which are emerging, please?
Yeah, absolutely. It's probably the routine movement. But obviously, as you mentioned, that inquiry will take place, and then clearly, and as Akash was also pointing it out, what is actually led to this incident will come on. But, if we talk about the broader picture, obviously, the activity, the movement of the Indian Army has increased. The infrastructure, everything has increased by leaps and bounds in the Eastern Command. And this area, specifically North Sikkim, with Gurudongmar, other things are there. Nathula is there. The total focus of the Eastern Command is in this region. So there must be some movement because this was a part of this convoy, 3-vehicle convoy. So where they were going, or was it a routine? What we are getting, it's very preliminary from our sources that it was a routine march. And the statement which Army has given, there it is written that it was en route at Zema. The vehicle skidded down steep slope while negotiating a sharp turn. So this vehicle started off in the morning from Shatton and towards Thangu. They were going towards Thangu, and this en route in Zema, where this incident took place. And there's a very tragic incident. The investigation, the inquiry will start, but obviously since more emphasis, more focus, more infrastructural development is taking part in Eastern Command, specifically in this area. Losing 16 lives obviously is a very tragic incident for the nation, because this terrain, not only that the terrain is very difficult here, the weather is very difficult here. There is this oxygen level is much less here. So, the Indian Army, the soldiers, they fight all adversary situations here, from weather to the terrain. I myself have been into this region. I know that it's inhospitable.
Yeah.
The soldiers, they acclimatize to this situation.
And Kamalika, the Jawans in at the Eastern Command, and if this was a routine patrol or routine movement, are well equipped and trained to deal with these kind of hostile terrains or difficult terrains and geography. And even then, if a deadly accident of this nature has happened, because those images tell us it was really bad, and hence we lost those 16 lives, there must be a very important and a pertinent reason. Was this just the geography, terrain? Was there a fault with the vehicle? Did something go wrong while driving? We don't know at this point in time, but we'll hope the details emerge out after a proper inquiry. Cutting across back to my colleague Akash, who's with us on the broadcast. Akash, do we know the exact time when this incident really happened?
Not exactly, but you see, Anusha, talking about border areas, so we know this for a fact that we have lost 16 lives. But, during the past few years, these border areas, and specifically the roads, the terrains that we are talking about. So, infrastructure-wise, we have worked a lot. In fact, the Border Road Organization is constantly working in the border areas just to make these ways better, make these pathways better. But even now, even when Border Road Organization is doing its level best, we are reporting such incidents, and it's really unfortunate. But having said that, in this particular area, in this particular incident, in fact, we know this is close to border, and this was a regular movement as far as our sources are concerned. But again, this is again a matter of investigation and inquiry as to what went wrong. Yes, the initial statement is telling about something, the steep cut, and also about that difficult terrain. And, as Kamalika was mentioning, not only the terrain, but also the weather is very important. We know the kind of pressure, the low pressure, the oxygen pressure in that particular area. And, why they say that the acclimatization is very important in this particular area. So there are multiple factors. But having said that, this accident is very unfortunate. Even when Border Road Organization is constantly working in areas like Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, and all other areas where, roads have been constructed in the last few years, where infrastructure and development-related work have been carried out. But even now, we are reporting such incidents where we have lost 16 of our soldiers. Having said that, this is important to mention that 4 Jawans have been evacuated, and Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh has also tweeted about the particular incident. Also, the Indian Army's initial statement is talking about the rescue mission. It was launched soon after the particular accident. As of now, these Jawans have been sent to hospital and they are undergoing treatment. Everyone is praying for them. But this is an unfortunate incident and is reported from Sikkim.
Akash, what is the protocol? What kind of inquiry will follow from here on?
So you see, Anusha, it's a normal investigation as to what went wrong. A team will be formed, and this team will